Never worry again about sales tax with Davo by Avalara. From collecting to filing to paying, Davo works seamlessly with your POS, backed by a guarantee that your taxes will be paid on time and in full. You take care of the business, we'll take care of the sales tax.
All right, I'm sitting down with Sam Zien, who is also known as Sam the Cooking Guy. Sam, thanks for sitting down today.
Our pleasure. I think I'd say mostly known
Mostly.
as Sam the Cooking Guy.
Popularly known.
For people that know me, that I've been walking around the show with my badge that says Sam the Cooking Guy, and I know people looking at it going, who's this idiot?
We're all cooking guys here.
I know exactly. This one thinks he's special. He calls it out on his badge.
That's right. Well, Sam, I want to dig into your story because it's really fascinating. Let's go back to, you were in biotech originally?
I was.
Tell me about that.
I was the director of operations at a biotech company. And as I like to tell people now that I'm older, wiser, and have gone through it, the only thing that matters in a career is if you like it.
Yeah.
Money doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Prestige doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You have to like it because you think about, we spend, with 30+% of our day working. And spending a third of your life with something you hate is miserable.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try and find a way out. Good, try and shorten my story. I had an idea about starting a travel show. Not that I had any right to. I'd never traveled very much. I'd never been on TV. But I thought I could do an okay job, sort of modeled after a trip I'd taken to Tokyo. So I quit my biotech job, pulled together a little 2-person crew. We're going to go to Tokyo and Hong Kong, shoot some demo footage, come back and try and put it together. Not fancy travel, just go to places you think you can, because you can. And that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
9/11 happened before we got a chance to go anywhere.
Oh, wow.
And I'd already quit the biotech job, and travel wasn't, nobody was traveling in the days following 9/11. So I sat at home, and I've watched TV. And my wife would say to me, what are you going to do? I'd say, I don't know, but the travel show was going to show people something they didn't think they could do.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and find something else that I can show them that they don't think they can do. I just don't know what it is yet.
Interesting.
And I came across, I was watching morning news, literally the week after 9/11, and on came a cooking segment with a local chef. And he was making butternut squash soup. And I'll be honest, butternut squash soup, you need butternut squash and some broth.
Yeah.
This was like a 400 ingredient version, more complicated than anything I've ever seen. And as I was watching it, I thought, somebody should do this, but make it more encouraging so that the audience watching well, damn, I think I can make that.
Yeah.
And that was the moment.
Right.
The light bulb went off. My wife came home, I said, she goes, what? I could not travel cooking. Short little bits. She goes, I love it. Think it's a great idea. Just one thing. I go, what? She goes, you can't cook. And I go, but here's the thing. I'll make things that are so easy that the audience will for sure be able to make.
Right.
I'll be my own weakest link. She goes, all right, let's go.
So, yeah, if you were not a trained chef.
No.
So how did you go about solving for the fact that you're not a chef, but you're presenting recipes to an audience?
So I think I'm a reasonably quick study.
Okay.
So I had to shoot something for my demo, and I did this salmon. We call it rainy day salmon. It's in fact my very first cookbook. The salmon, soy, sake, ginger, garlic, that kind of thing. Simple, brushed on the salmon, and you put it in the broiler. My wife's always made it. So I needed something to make into this demo, and that always looked good, so I made that. And her recipe worked.
Yeah.
Somebody back home's recipe.
Yeah.
So I made that and sent it out. And now, a TV station reached out to me. Said, we'd like to put you on twice a week doing a 1.5-minute cooking segment. Excellent.
Amazing.
They didn't offer me any money.
Yeah.
And I didn't ask for any money because I knew I needed them more than they needed me.
It's a platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to learn.
Right.
So to answer your question, I started doing things that were like base. I did a version of California Pizza Kitchen's barbecue chicken pizza. Just like it was a boba crust then, barbecue sauce, chicken, cheese on top. If you're sitting and listening to this, go make it because it's damn good. I just gave you the whole recipe. You don't need much more.
That's right.
Put some spice, a little chipotle in the barbecue sauce would be amazing. Maybe a little hot honey drizzle when it comes out of the oven. But So I did. That was the first thing that ever made it onto TV. And it worked.
Yeah.
And so I just continued on with things that were simple enough that I could bake it, and if I could, and then present it in a encouraging way, but also in, what I say, it is maybe a stupid way. I mean, if I burnt myself or dropped something, we'd leave that in the episode. The guy that shot my demo, I couldn't find my whisk. And he goes, all right, I'll stop shooting. You find your whisk, and then we'll pick it up like it never happened. I go, but it did happen. And I'm convinced that there's people out there that can't find their whisk or their spatula or their baking sheet, that kind of thing.
Right.
It feels very natural that it happens, and I want to leave it in. He's like, all right, man, you're paying me. I don't care. I'll do what you want.
It's amazing because this is before YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So this is
Yes.
now, of course, we hear all about authenticity
Yes.
and
Yes.
the sort of entertainment value of that.
Yeah.
You were doing this before YouTube. So, I mean, what's amazing is that opportunity at the show because it gave you that platform. But what was content then? How were you thinking about content in an era before social media?
I wasn't thinking social media at all. I strictly was thinking, what recipes could I do, put on the air that people sitting at home, like this guy right here waving, would be able to make. It was that simple. I didn't have an Instagram, a Facebook, a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go any further than what I would shoot when the TV station came out. That simple.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I left that TV station, and the general manager turned out to be a word that I shan't use. Terrible guy, treating people like crap.
Okay.
So it turned into a half-hour show, shortening, went from the 2-minute segments to a half-hour show that was shared by a Fox station in San Diego and the county of San Diego's channel that also did like local government stuff. Really boring. I might have been an interesting spot.
Yeah.
I had a few things. And so I left the Fox station. I told this guy I wouldn't work for him anymore. My friends were like, dude, you're leaving like a Fox station, a good little one, albeit, but still.
Yeah.
And you're going to stay on a station that people don't even know the call letters are. And I said, I don't know where I watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
I just know I go to that channel, that show. I don't necessarily know if it's CBS, NBC, whatever. But when I decided to leave, I said on camera, they didn't know this was coming. I looked at the camera, I said, so something to tell you, sitting there with the anchors. I go, next week. They go, yeah. I go, it'll be my last day here. They go, what do you mean? I go, it's time to move on and stuff like that. By the time I got home and watched it back, having taped it on my VCR,
Yeah.
they'd cut away from me. They'd gone to like a shot of the beach or something.
Oh, man.
But I did it because there wasn't social media, and I didn't want the audience tuning in next week hoping to see me, and then I'd just be gone. Because I knew the station was never going to say anything about where I went. So that was my way of getting information out when there wasn't any other way to do it.
Sure.
And then it just slowly began.
Yeah, because then you had a Discovery show for some time.
So it went from the 2 minutes to this half-hour version, local, and then Discovery Health picked me up for a season.
Yeah.
For a show called Just Cook This with Sam Oches.
Okay.
Slightly healthier spin on what I do, but I'm not known for, salads and healthy stuff. There's no mistake that of our almost 4 million person subscriber base for YouTube, 75% are guys between 18 and 45.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily guy food. Maybe my style is that, but so yeah, on Discovery for a year, and then they sold the station to Oprah.
Okay.
She didn't want me. I'm okay. You're still a little bitter, but I'll get over it.
Yeah.
And my oldest son that was ready to go to law school said, I don't think I want to go to law school. What do you want to do? He goes, I think I want to be part of you, and I think you should be on YouTube. I hadn't given any thought. We're 30 years apart. I hadn't given a second of thought of YouTube. And he goes, TV is going away. YouTube is going to be the thing. I think you should be there.
Yeah.
So in 2011, we launched what we called, what the hell is it? Say the cooking guy version. Can't remember what it was called now, so long ago.
It's like that.
Oh, it's the Sam live cast.
Oh, okay.
And it was an actual live thing. I'd sit in my kitchen, and I would talk, and the guys in the back would show up on the camera when they'd ask questions. Somebody would switch. We'd chat about Halloween food or New Year's Eve appetizers, and then I would jump in my kitchen. I would cook something live stream, and the quality was horrible because it was 2011. And Max, my oldest, who wanted to be in the business, this camera work was awful because he didn't know what he was doing. Anyway, about 2007, we made a change. We shortened them. They went from maybe an hour to an hour and a half to about 10, 15 minutes. Concentrated on food that we thought the audience would like. They were recorded, edited beautifully. His work now is amazing. We now have the second person that helps shoot and edit with him. So we went from 2011 to 2017, we gained 30,000 subscribers, which is an honorable number. 2018 to 19, we gained 1 million. Then another million, then another million. And those 3 million seemed easy. Now we're at knocking on 4 million, and it's much harder. And I don't know if it's the time or all channels find a level at some point. Maybe that's our level, but we're excited because now it's 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's beautifully shot, beautifully edited. All the nonsense that was always me in the beginning is still there.
Right.
If I drop, break, cut myself, we leave that stuff in. If somebody's phone goes off in the background, I'll yell at them because their phone shouldn't go off the background.
What's that authenticity, right?
Absolutely.
That's what they say.
I said to my wife one day, I think I'm the most normal guy cooking on TV or on YouTube. She goes, "You're not normal." I go, "You know what I mean." She goes, "I know what you mean, and you're still not normal." I still say, though, I'm the most normal guy. Rachel Ray apparently cut herself in one of her early videos. I mean, if you're going to be around knives, you're going to get cut.
Of course,
She cut herself. They stopped the cameras rolling. They put crazy glue on it, which is completely acceptable. I had a doctor once tell me it was fine to use that. They put makeup on it, rolled the camera back, and they kept going. That could never happen. But it did. And people will come up and they go, "You've really made me feel like it's okay to screw up in the kitchen." Oh, it is.
That's a great point.
We haven't gotten that from anybody else. Not that there's anything great about me. It's just me being me, one version. If you like it, great. Watch the channel, subscribe. If you don't, there's plenty of other stuff out there. If you want sophisticated stuff, go find it. If you want Babish, go. Want to see a guy from the neck down, go find it. There's something for everybody.
Absolutely. Well, and to that point, I mean, thinking about YouTube and social media, how have they changed your approach to cooking, if at all? I mean, do you reconsider the recipes, reconsider how your reach now kind of gives you this incredible opportunity?
It's a really nice question. And I don't think it has changed me too much. I mean, we did make that one significant change that we started looking at what we thought the audience wanted. Like, I think I'd be a terrible clothing buyer for a menswear store because I have a particular style and I wouldn't think to go beyond. We thought we had to go beyond just what I want. If I want to make a chicken Caesar salad one day, I would just make it. Now we're like, what would the audience like? So we do that. Social media, though, hasn't so much affected what we will make as how we get the word out and let people know about it, how we play and interact with our audience. Because that's important. The funny thing is, I can put food on my Instagram all day long and it gets a lot of views. But I put some family thing, like some thing my Chihuahua did that people can relate to because they have dogs who do this stuff. It's huge numbers. Honestly, Sam, the more normal I am, the more love these things get. It's the funniest thing. My wife will tell you that I'm completely the same guy on and off him. And I go, it's because I'm not smart enough to remember 2 versions of me, but it's just me. There's plenty of people that the cameras and lights go on and they're one thing and then they go off and they're completely different.
Well, it's interesting, I mean, because, of course we have the rise of influencers. Whether or not you consider yourself one, probably a good term for what you are, and every person has their brand. And I think that's what builds audience, is people subscribe to a brand. They subscribe to the brand of Sam the Cooking Guy, right? And I'm curious how you nurtured the brand of Sam the Cooking Guy as a quote-unquote influencer?
Honestly, when I first started, I went looking to shoot a demo in a really beautiful, fancy kitchen. I couldn't find one. I used to be in real estate, so I went to all my real estate friends in really nice, expensive neighborhoods of San Diego and said, do you have any clients who would like to have their show used for a cooking show pilot? And it didn't work out. And I'm glad it didn't work out, because about 2 weeks before I'd scheduled to shoot this, I was sitting in my kitchen one day making notes, and I looked into my kitchen and I went, you know, this is a show for regular, everyday people. Why do I want to go get that kind of kitchen? I don't want that. I want what I have, that people have. I want to be relatable.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I try not to do fancy, over-the-top stuff. I've made, what's it called? Beef Wellington. Okay. But the first one I did was a tomahawk steak. Okay. Wasn't a filet. The second one I did was a giant meatball. Things are slightly more approachable. We just shot in Hong Kong. And we did, it hasn't aired yet, the top 50 things to eat in Hong Kong.
Wow.
And there's two ways to approach it. One is go to this Michelin-starred restaurant for these xiaolongbao. Go to this place that has 800 people waiting outside when they open every morning to have this. But I looked at the camera at the beginning of the video and I said, look, I'm going to tell you right now, any Chinese food that you have in Hong Kong is going to be better than anywhere you live. So yes, you can come to Hong Kong and you can wait 3 hours to get that one infamous special shot. Or you can do what we're going to do. We're going to go to a whole bunch of places. I stopped at dim sum one morning. I like to walk in the mornings. I got out early. Streets were kind of quiet. I came across a little tiny corner restaurant that served dim sum. Just to take away stuff. And I got a couple pieces. I'm telling you that $1.85 couple pieces of dim sum that I got from that nondescript little corner shop were 1,000 times better than any proper Chinese restaurants we have in San Diego serving dim sum. It really was. So this was much more of a regular person's take. And that tries to be the playground that I live in. I don't have fancy chef terminology to call on because I didn't go to culinary school. I think that's helped the channel.
Yeah.
My knife work is much better than it because I've been doing it for so long.
Sure.
But I don't say chiffonade when it comes to chopping up basil as they cut it up. I might say the chefs will say chiffonade, but all you're really doing is this, and here's what it means.
Right.
That TV show that I saw with the chef making the complicated butternut squash soup, he was using creme fraiche. And I knew the two anchors on either side of him had no idea what it was, and he didn't tell anybody, which I would have said probably would have used creme fraiche.
Right.
But if I did, I would have said, look, you can get to the same spot at home, just use sour cream, you'll be fine. And so that's me.
Yeah.
Regardless of what my wife thinks, I am normal. I'm a regular, everyday person. And Sam the Cooking Guy was a very specific name because while there's no test to become a chef, like a doctor or a lawyer, there is culinary school and there's restaurants and people come up through the ranks and they get educated and they can become a chef.
Yeah.
I didn't want to take the title, which I think is an important title, away from people that have earned it that way.
That's a great point.
And just threw my hat in the ring.
Yeah.
We see people all the time on TV, Chef Jimmy, Chef Susan. They don't have anything more than I might have, but they have a chef code.
Right.
And okay, you call yourself, I'm not going to argue, but for the longest time, when somebody would call me chef, I would say, please, just it's Sam or Sam the Cooking Guy.
Yeah.
And I don't fight it anymore. But.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. Well, and you are involved in restaurants.
Yes, we have 3 restaurants in San Diego.
Yeah. And so I'm curious how you translated what you've accomplished with Sam the Cooking Guy into the restaurant scene.
So we started with Not Tacos, which are decidedly not Mexican tacos, because San Diego has amazing Mexican food. So things like Korean shortbread or cold pork with macaroni and cheese. That's my wheelhouse, that kind of food. Sam burgers for another one. That's my stuff too.
Yeah.
That's my jam. I could do that all day long. It's a big part of our channel are those kind of things.
Yeah.
Burgers, one of my cookbooks with Sam the Cooking Guy between the bites. And the burgers, hot dogs, burritos, and sandwiches. We have another one called Basta. It's Italian. It's just opening. It's tiny. We have a director of culinary, executive chef, a guy named Gavin Mills, that I can say, these are some things that we should do. And he worked in Michelin stars restaurants. He's really well educated, and he helps translate the mentalness in my head onto the plate. But we collaborate. He goes, I have an idea about this pasta. What do you think? I go, make him, let's see. He's really good. So I need help in if we're going to have a special event, I'm going to need like 8,000 meatballs for 2 hours. How am I making that kind of thing?
Yeah.
YouTube, I'm making with 20 meatballs or one big one for the Wellington, that kind of thing. So that kind of stuff. But you need somebody like that.
Yeah.
It takes a village, and he's my village. He helps.
Yeah.
We work really well together. I suggest things. He helps bring them out. He'll suggest things. I go, what if we did this one thing to it? It'd be fun.
And I feel like, your content is built around simple and straightforward.
100%.
So, like the restaurants too?
Yes.
Yep.
This one, Boston, a little more sophisticated. There'll be a liver mousse on the menu. There will be a beef tartare on the menu. The other restaurants are fast casual. They wouldn't really fit there. But the stuff, like a lot of the stuff of the restaurants is ripped right out of the pages of our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
One of the things that we have is a shrimp talk. Named it after mine. Did it my first cookbook, made it on YouTube before, and my friends were like, dude, got the shrimp taco in the menu. But why would somebody buy it here if you already shown them how to make it? It's in a cookbook.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone out to a restaurant and got the grilled cheese? It was, yeah, I go. So you make a grilled cheese? Yeah, I go. There's many reasons why we would order things in a restaurant.
Right.
If you can make them at home. I order things in restaurants all the time that I can make at home because I don't want to make it.
Right.
Because I want somebody else to make it. I want to just sit back and have it show up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the stuff, the Korean short rib taco that's on the menu at Not Tacos, #1 taco. Since the day we opened in 2018, outsells everything 2-1. It's in my 5th cookbook.
Yeah. So what's next? What's coming down the pipe for you? Are you looking to get more into restaurants?
Yeah, we're looking to expand the Not and the Sam Burger brand.
Okay.
Looking for, they're both in a food hall in Little Italy now.
Okay.
We're looking for a standalone, proper restaurant, all our own bar, outside area, that kind of. So I think that's next. YouTube is always fun. We love the channel. We have so much fun shooting. We really do. It's the best time. It's not like working.
Yeah.
It's back to that thing. If you enjoy it, you're going to do it better than the guy beside you.
Yeah.
So there's that. Book #6 just came out, and the conversation about #7 has already begun. And what will that be? And that takes time. And I don't know. This kind of stuff. I've never come to this show.
It's a lot.
I will be back.
It's really
I'll
cool.
Be back.
There's so many ideas that you can.
So many ideas.
Yeah.
I've snapped a million pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of it is pre-made stuff that we don't do. We make all our own sauces and stuff like that. You could have an idea for a restaurant, slide in here, spend 3 or 4 days, and you go along, with everything you need to know and all the contacts and take it from there. It's really fun.
Well, to that point about ideation, inspiration.
Yeah.
I have to imagine your world of content and food service. There's some natural intersection points there, right? And I'm thinking about there was a hot second when TikTok was talking about having a restaurant concept. And you have this interesting opportunity where you could develop menu items on YouTube that you serve on a menu. And I'm just wondering if you are interested in finding that intersection of your content and your restaurants.
Well, it's there.
Yeah.
It really is. 5 or 6 Not Tacos have come from YouTube. Sam Burgers came from YouTube. Everybody's going to have a beef burger. They're all smash patties at Sam Burgers. We have a chicken smash patty on the menu that I said when we were first putting it together. It has to be there. I made it on YouTube. It was so damn good. And it completely flies under the radar. I know people come in, they're like, oh, the beef blend, there's short rib, and brisket, and chuck. I got to get that. It says Sam's favorite beside it. People are like, I'm going to get that.
Yeah.
The chicken one, though, absolutely the same as we made on YouTube. It had to be there because it's so good. People go, what should I get? You'll get the chicken, or be very surprised. So there's jalapenos and guacamole, spicy cheeses. But
Sure.
it's a good burger. But the point is, yeah, so that intersection is there. When I do things on YouTube, and I'll say, yeah, this is now on the menu at so-and-so, we're testing this. People come in and say, I saw the video. I want to try it.
Yeah. That's fun. That's
Fun.
a cool opportunity.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I hadn't thought about the way you worded it, but yeah, it's absolutely there.
Yeah.
There's an idea there.
Mm-hmm.
A little baby pop-up someplace.
So we'll take that off camera. Sam Zien,
Good.
Sam the cooking guy. Really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Never worry again about sales tax with Davo by Avalera. From collecting to filing to paying, Davo works seamlessly with your POS, backed by a guarantee that your taxes will be paid on time and in full. You take care of the business, we'll take care of the sales tax.